Good evening, welcome to the STEM Shed. Today I'm going to be doing an experiment where I'm going to form hydrogen gas using a solid calcium metal shavings, placing it in water, and it's going to form a hydrogen gas. Now the reaction, which I'll show here. Is this right here. And you see my little rough drawing, and you probably saw the rough drawing in my flask. It has a little hydrogen gas that's coming out, and it's become a basic from a neutral, where this is neutral-ish. I'm going to call it neutral-ish from basic. And the hydrogen gas is the same gas that they had inside the Hindenburg. The Hindenburg explosion. Hopefully you were taught in school. If not, you can Google it. I'm also going to add in here this phenolphthalein indicator. As you can see, it's a clear indicator at the moment. It's clear. I'm going to be putting into this clear liquid, and then this calcium right here is going to start a reaction. And the reason I show this reaction originally is this is where I teach when I've taught basically why these reactions go. A lot of students, they see a reaction and it's just words and numbers on the board, doesn't mean anything to them. But this is a way we can prove that something is happening, that yes, this reaction did happen, and we can prove it through an experiment. So this is kind of a good first introduction to experiments. You know, we show this in high schools a lot, but I think it'd be a really great experiment. Now, to do this experiment, you need a few things. I have here my real deal chemistry safety goggles. That is in case, if I like this and this thing explodes on me by any chance, shrapnel from the glass will not get into my eye. I have some leather gloves here that I'll be wearing. This is, again, if it breaks, it prevents me from being cut or helps prevent it. And it's not loud enough for an actual explosion, but you can. It'll make more like a whistle pop sound. So, alright, to do this, what I'm going to do is go ahead and put my goggles on. I'm going to take some phenolphthalein indicator here. I'm just going to put like a drop in. You don't have to put much. Alright, so you see it's going a little bit pink. That's because it's getting near the pH where, because tap water is not actually truly neutral, but it helps make the experiment look better, and it'll look even better as I drop something in here. So, I'm taking calcium. This water has not been heated, though if you have really cool water, I've seen it where you need to heat it. Here's the metal right here. Let's go in front of the camera. That's the calcium metal, the best you can see. And I'm going to take this, alright? As I have it up here, I'm not going to drop it in yet. Our first priority is closing the lid on this. You don't want this to be exposed. Alright? So, now the reason it's not reacting in this air right now is because a calcium oxide layer has formed on it. But once I drop in the water, that layer will disappear. So, here we go. We're going to drop it in. Alright? I'm going to go ahead and put my gloves on. You'll see it. You might see it in the camera a little bit, but it's starting to bubble. Starting to fizzle, and boom, hydrogen gas. Alright, so wow, look how pink that is. Alright, as it's reacting, I'm going to stand back. I'm going to collect this gas over here. In fact, I'm going to turn that off. Turn it on. So I am now collecting gas, or hopefully I might have to drop another one in. I might have reacted it too fast. That's fine. But hey, you see it's that very bright pink, magenta. Really cool. So let's drop that in. Alright. So it's going to start reacting. Oh, there we go. There's the bubbles. As you can see, I'm trapping some of this hydrogen gas. Alright, the hydrogen gas is there. And boop! There you go. Proof that you formed a reaction, hydrogen gas. Alright, I'll see if I can do this again, maybe in some slow motion. Maybe you'll see it a little bit better with the lights turned off. Alright? Thank you. Another interesting thing to look at here is, notice that little white thing at the bottom? Well, remember, I use tap water. I do not use distilled water or the deionized water. I use tap water. So what you see right down here is salt. So even though this formula here has just the calcium, water, and this, in reality there's fluorine, chlorine, various other chemicals that are in there. Another thing I like to point out too is this is warm. So it's an exothermic reaction. That's another important thing you're going to need to learn. So this is an interesting one, which I'm going to elaborate on over time because it's just such an interesting experiment for something so basic.